Amazing friends. QUOWETRY 72 has the title, Hatred Does Not Cure Hatred. It is love that cures hatred. Supported by the story, Romeo and Juliet were born into two warring families, the Capulets and the Montagues, who hated each other so passionately that when family members met one another, like fire and petrol, there was bound to be a violent clash, and many times death was the result. The feud continued for many years, killing many and making life unsafe for all who belonged to the two families. Yet it happened that Romeo and Juliet, on seeing each other, fell deeply and incurably in love. This was unprecedented. In fact, it was incongruous. It was impracticable. It was preposterous. It was unacceptable. How were they thinking? They could not marry, and they must know that. How could they? Who would marry them anyway? Could they dare inform their parents in the first place? What was happening between Romeo and Juliet was simply out of place. Yet, there was a man of God in the city who was very interested in the pair for obvious reasons. Maybe this relationship would help end the fatal schism between the feuding families. He encouraged them by being their secret friend. In the end, he connived with them and married them secretly. Meanwhile, Romeo had fallen into trouble. Tybalt, the cousin of Juliet, had engaged him in a fight, as was usual between the families. Much as he wouldn't want to fight Juliet's people, self-preservation is the first principle of life. So, in helpless self-defense, he fought and killed Tybalt. This called for him fleeing the city to save his own life. Yet, not even distance could separate the pair. Juliet had grieved at first in annoyance at Romeo for killing her cousin, but reason prevailed and love again triumphed. So even in exile, Romeo was Juliet's faithful husband and Juliet was Romeo's faithful wife. The parents of Juliet were, however, bent on marrying their daughter to one Paris who was a rich noble's son, totally oblivious to the secret that their daughter was already married to their enemy's son. To avoid this marriage, the man of God decided to help them by aiding Juliet with a medicine which made her appear dead. Information was meanwhile sent to Romeo to meet her in the cemetery. Misinformation and ill timing, however, thwarted the man of God's plan for the couple, and this led the couple to a tragic end in the cemetery as they killed themselves over each other. They would rather die than live without each other. This tragedy in love was, however, to bring the two families together at last. Their love indeed became an altar. Their love indeed became the altar on which the two families sacrificed their mutual hatred and stopped fighting. The lessons are many in this story, but towering above all is the power of love over hatred. Fire cannot put out fire. It is water that will put out fire. Be the water. that the generation expects. God bless you.